All right, I'll start. All right. Afternoon, everyone. House Party 5v5. Dave the Brave, Dave the Barbarian, whatever you want to call me. I know Panda's probably watching, so let's give him a shout out. Even though it's bad. Coming to Champ Select, another solo queue ladder. Let's see. Bans I know that are going to happen. Azir.
Azir, yeah.
Katarina. And I don't know, Bard's been in the last two games, so let's see if both of those come out. I definitely.
What
see
can you
Azir
safely
and Katarina.
give to Malthus? Like, if the guy wins lane against an Urgot as Azir that hard, what do you feel safe putting him on?
Yeah, and I feel like that goes more in Ginger. Like, Ginger's a great player, but sometimes I feel like he just tilted in that lane, and that was the number one reason why he lost. And I think Katarina might be. Oh, okay, so let's see. Yeah,
Yep.
okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, he's gonna pick Katarina away from Kama. That was my idea. But you know, that's fine. Kama. You know, let's see how Malkuthus does on Katarina. I'm kind of excited to see this. If he plays that well on Azir, this is gonna be interesting to watch.
I would love to see Gingerfied follow up with Urgot with the Donger.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Honestly, if Urgot wasn't banned, this Urgot would have been a perfect pick here against the Katarina. Actually, Azir would be really good here too. So if he could play Azir as well as Malkuthus, it would be perfect against this Katarina. At least once they hit 6, because pre-6 I feel like Katarina might have the slight edge around level. I would say around level 4, because you would have your second point Q. The Diana, a good old season 2 counter pick right there.
The scorn of the moon.
Oh
yeah,
man,
she's wow.
This is gonna be great. I'm gonna enjoy this. Can we just like stick to watching mid lane and mid lane only?
I mean, what's more fun to watch than Wombo comps? Like they're the best.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh god, and oh wow, I just had a brain fart. I thought John was Ben, so I was like, oh god, Caitlyn and Ben, but I realized John the Grace is different. But either way, I love watching Caitlyn. Caitlyn's one of my favorite ADCs to play with / watch, because I feel like she's super strong, always been super strong, but just never like in that place where she's like first pick, first ban, like some ADCs have been, or like somewhere you like picking the first early stages like Corki or Lucian. But that Chinese play style fits Caitlyn so well, so it's always enjoyable to watch her. God,
Corki instead.
I wanted to see Caitlyn. Whatever, I get to see this Katarina Diana man, so I'm happy.
I mean, Corki has more AoE damage than Kate, I guess.
I guess having, well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I think
player, the casual
I'm pretty sure that the Corki Graves matchup is favorable, right? I remember that it's tilted one way, but I can't recall with 100% certainty which way it is.
I think Graves wins because of no. Corki wins because his Graves passive is useless. If I'm correct, because Graves passive is only armor and not MR. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong.
I think
it's both. It is both.
Yeah,
it is.
Corki does get the bonus true damage, though.
Yeah,
10%.
so the true damage. I think Corki does have the edge because of the true damage. And
it's all about landing Qs.
Yeah, if he hits his Qs and he's able to get a good shred off of it, it's going to be good. And I don't want to overlook this because this is Kama Flare we're talking about, but that might be in a Kali jungle. So let's keep our eyes on that.
I'm excited to see Ion from Blue Team because, like, looking at Purple Team, they have 2 assassins, Annie and Graves. Like, that's nothing more than burst. And Sion is one of the most heavy tanks in the game. He's up there with Maokai and Mundo. I'd love to see.
They just keep on taking away what we want to see. First a Caitlyn, and then a Sion. They're like, nope, we're gonna pick Corki and Jax.
Man, I love Sion so much, dude.
He's great. Like, you just run in, hit die, and you keep on hitting. It's amazing. Best kit they've created in a long time when it comes to gaming kits.
Pretty much any frontliner is very good against Purple Team's comp. being it's so burst heavy. And the Lulu is about
Yeah.
as hard a counter to assassins as you can get.
Yeah, getting a perfect wombo combo here would be a Mumu into a Lulu ult into a Katarina. Just clean up afterwards with the Corki just sitting in the back line there in missiles, and then alright, I wonder what's going on. I don't want to say anything about purple team below Akali, but having an Annie Graves, I actually want to talk about the spot lane because Annie Graves versus Lulu Corki is like, this is very like season 3. I would say season 3, yeah, season 3 world bot lane right here. I was trying to think of what season was this where this bot lane, these two bot lane facing each other was. Alright. I think my headset just went out. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, okay, you're back now.
Okay.
The only way I could get more season 3 world. Oh, okay, no, they're just swapping. I thought that was a Katarina support for like half a second, and I was really confused.
Oh man, so Malkuth's not in the Katarina, but that's fine. It's still going to be an amazing matchup mid lane. But
Absolutely.
like I said, this Lulu Corki versus Graves Annie is season 3 worlds. Even though Graves didn't get really any play except for like I think like 5 games really. I'm just ballparking, but you know. But the big thing is the big thing here is the like the Lulu Corki is such a good counter against Annie. A lot of people always like, oh, you know, it's you want to pick Annie against or Leona against Annie, or you want to pick like Morgana. But Lulu is probably my favorite counter because one, you get the shield, which stops a lot of Amy's early game. On top of that, once you both hit 6, you kind of negate each other's ult in a sense. Because I mean, Annie goes in, you just polymorph the ADC. So that stun, by the time polymorph runs out, the stun is like done and over. And then you add on the Lulu ult on top of that. It just like Lulu has the edge over Annie once you hit 6. And the big mistake I see right here is Annie going exhaust. Because the only way you're going to win this lane is Annie going super aggressive in the early game. And that's probably the best way you can win this lane. So,
yeah,
excited to see
it
this.
seems like they're expecting to be playing from behind, or they're just showing a lot of respect for the Katarina.
Yeah, I think that's another thing. They want to have at least one exhaust against this Katarina. So it kind of works out in the end. But you know, I still feel like the only way you're going to win this bot lane is if you go Ignite, just go super heavy, like aggro.
I mean, that's what our top laners are doing. 0 teleports in this game. We're back to before the teleport changes. This is season 3 again.
I would even love to see an Afromu build right here, going Doran's Ring 2 pots or 3 pots on Annie. I do it all the time. It's so much fun because you go Q level 1, you just sit there and just spam Q over and over again. The enemy team's like, what do I do? What do I do? And then you get your stun level 2, and it's just it's great. It's such a fun play style to play. So, but I think we should take a break before the game starts. Actually, we'll talk for another minute, and then Loonski will take a break. But one of the things I also want to talk about is this Renekton versus Akali. I'm not really a top lane player, but I feel like Renekton's going to win this pretty heavily because even if you drop your Shroud.
If I may, I play a lot of top lane.
Yeah, you go ahead and explain this for me.
Akali is in a really weak spot right now due to the changes to her E. I believe it no longer procs her Q mark or some change like that. So it makes it even harder for her to trade pre-6 because she has to like get all the way up close and auto to proc her Q mark, which is the vast majority of her damage. And you simply cannot afford to walk up to a Renekton in the early game. Especially since both top laners have taken Ignite, he's going to have to try and sit back, avoid as much damage and engage as she can, and just farm with Q, or pray for some horrible misplay, because this lane is going to be murder on Akali. I'll be amazed if she makes it to mid-game with, like, 1 item.
Yeah, but it is Kama Flare and some sort of assassin, so you never know. He might pull something out. This is what I would do. I feel like this is a great idea if you're playing a Akali, is do the casual, what is it? Let me think. Casual level 1 gank in the bot lane, you know, where you sit in the side bush and all three of you just like pop out and say surprise and then just like kill them. But other than that, I feel like that's the only way you can get ahead unless of some really good engage in some sort.
They do have an Annie. So. She can start W and stun him level 1.
Yeah, but it's gonna take a while to like proc that up to be able to really do it. So so I think we're gonna take a break while we get through the loading screen just for a second, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we're back in here for game three of the night for House Party 5v5 solo ladder. This is my second game casting. So back to what we're talking about. This is going to be an interesting matchup at the top lane. Like you said, it's either going to go super heavy. Akali's just gonna straight up lose, or she's gonna get super lucky in level 1. I don't know.
She's starting Cloth 5, which is really smart.
Yeah.
She absolutely has to.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably the only option here.
Even expect her, like, I mean, everyone knows that Gunblade is core on Akali, but I would not be completely surprised to see her try and go for like a Seekers first. I mean, even if she doesn't, that's what she'll eventually build the Cloth armor into.
Wow, this Lee Sin level 1 damage.
Oh man,
impressive.
Q coming up soon. More auto. Oh, kill him. Do it.
I think this might be dead. He didn't start E, which was a big no-no, and he flashed right into the so yeah.
That's
a lot. Oh, just a lot of Lulus. The one thing I always see is that like in certain games you have to start E level 1, and if you don't, you're just kind of like she walked up really far. Didn't even get a ward down, which is probably the biggest problem that happened there. And on top of that, it just that was really. I don't want to.
The entire team was there.
So, yeah, it's just the entire team was there waiting and ready, and they were able to respond quickly enough to really turn out well for them. So, but I mean that's and the best thing at this right here. Look at that. A longsword 3 pots Corki start versus a Doran's Blade longsword 2 pots, right? Yeah. That's
not a fun lane. That's not a fun lane to be in.
That's a really greedy start by the Corki too, going with a longsword 3 pots.
Yeah,
usually
he
the best.
No life steal.
Yeah, no life steal unless you go life steal cleanse, which is probably terrible right now. I don't see why that would ever come back. So I really don't. I don't see the purpose of going that. But let's see if they can maybe do something with it. So, but either way, it's gonna be interesting to watch. Yeah, I see.
Well, you didn't get your wish as far as Annie's Doran ring, so.
Yeah, I was really expecting that, but that's something I would do. When I play champions like Leona or Annie, I go like super, let me just like on Leona, I'll start like a health crystal and just level 2, just go all in over and over again just because it's barely a thing.
Oh my god, they got the level 2, but she's down XP, and that's 2-0 Graves at 3 minutes.
And it's not working out for this the Lulu right here, which is very unfortunate because, like I was explaining before this game started, the Lulu Corki lane should be winning this. So, and I mean, like you said, even at the top lane, the Renekton's just dominating. Oh man, it had the flash there too. Wow, yeah, the Renekton's just dominating this top lane. This is just exactly the way it's been turning out, except for the bot lane. The bot lane is definitely not falling in the favor of what it should be, in my opinion, or at least in the way, in theory, the Lulu.
Yeah, it was that one mistake that snowballed into the unfortunate not having level 2 and just getting all in.
Yeah, definitely. And this Renekton's getting super greedy. It's like the third tower shot I think it was second tower shot I've seen him take. So, I mean,
he's just asserting his dominance.
I feel like that's how you have to play Renekton. Just keep on diving the tower and hope you. Probably the only way to really play. What's his name? Alright, give me a second. I actually hid my scoreboard. Alright, there we go. Hitting
Dark.
buttons I shouldn't be hitting.
You said you were interested in the mid matchup? Oh, but we got a gank top side. Lee Sin comes in. Doesn't apply red drop. He doesn't get the auto off, just the wither from his E. But his chilling smite is gonna force a flash. Surely, the ignite. He queues to get some life back. He's over the wall.
Oh,
Jukes the Q.
He might actually hit. He gets out. Wow, that is just. Oh. Wow.
What a god.
Just bowing down. The one thing I did notice there, I think this was the biggest factor, is that he got the stun off, and after he got the stun off, he had over 50 rage and was able to get a Q off to be able to.
Oh my god! Who hits a Q? He's gone.
Oh. Yeah, but like I was saying, the Renekton getting the 50 rage and then being able to hit a Q to heal himself for more than the average was just exactly what he needed. So it just like that was just perfect. So and like Dev just said, chat, like Akali's E is useless. Akali E did 0 damage. I was kind of shocked. I was like, oh, he's dead, and then I saw the E go off. I'm like, yeah, they're dead. Just like didn't die.
Oh man. This Lulu is not having a good time in lane.
Yeah, but the polymorph did come out at the right time. It was able to actually save her, and I feel like
yeah, you can see the power that the lane has. I mean, you just shut down the ADC and then blast him while he can't do anything.
And but it's just when you're at a deficit like this, it's just so hard. And see, this is the one thing I was like, why would you pick Akali and Renekton? Like, he E's and stuns you. You might get your shroud down, but it wouldn't matter because he can just Q you through the shroud and it just does so much damage. It's just like, it's really hard to really do it.
She's 20 CS down. She hasn't had time to back yet. Her ignite is enough. She's dead.
And he just gets out.
He didn't even ult
safely.
Oh my gosh. What an awful, awful lane to have to live in as a Kali.
I wouldn't want to play that lane. I'd be like, see ya, I'm Roman.
There's a reason that teleport is as good as it is. It makes lanes like that much more manageable.
Yeah, that's probably the only way you can probably play that lane, is just with the teleport.
Oh, turret shot taken. Wow, she would have won the trade otherwise.
Alright, but yeah, I feel like one thing I do want to say about this mid lane is that here it is. Like, this is its chance right here.
She jukes. You know.
The Mimiol.
Wow, that was
she ran out of mana too. Like right when she went in, as soon as she hit her QR combo, she was 0 mana and wasn't able to do anything. Actually, she was able to get her E off, but like after that, it was like 0 mana. She couldn't do anything. She couldn't hit another R off or anything, and that was really why she lost that trade, even though it was underneath the tower. I feel like if she backed and maybe came back, or I didn't know if she just bought that mana pop, but if she was able to use that mana pop beforehand, she might have been able to do something there, but it just didn't work out in her favor. And maybe we're showing up the right time. It was good as well.
That's definitely one of Diana's greatest problems in laning, and just in general, is her small mana pool and her high costs. It's one of the many reasons that you see Lich Bane picked up on her so early, is because the extra mana is really, really helping her.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably one of the things on her right now is her mana. I mean, I really don't know if she's gone back in flavor, but I've always feel like the only thing holding Diana back is one, her kind of slightly lack of mobility as an assassin, because a lot of the other assassins are pretty mobile. when it comes to escaping.
He was actually played several times at IEM Katowice.
Okay,
although it was more often the teleport on her mid.
Yeah,
oh dear.
I remember seeing those games. Okay, yeah. So yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, you have to have some way of like with these assassins when you play them in the top lane or mid lane, except for like Zed, because Zed is just, you know, it's Zed, and more of these like melee assassins, you have to have like some way of like teleport or like some way to like, especially in the top lane. If you go top lane with like Yasuo or Akali or Diana, you want to have this teleport. So yeah, you lose lane, but it doesn't matter because you're gonna try and make some type of teleport play in the bot lane or in some.
Did you see that trade?
Area. Yeah,
Did you see that trade on
It's ridiculous. He just like goes from like 100 to 50. It's really crazy.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Yeah, she can't get any of that farm because Renekton had ult and could just dive her delay. She's reduced to taking jungle farm. Is she gonna die to that guy?
She might.
She's got a hex tech, so I think she can make it.
Yeah, with a Q.
Yeah, she ulted him. Lee might be looking top, but it's very risky. Renekton could definitely 2v1.
Oh, easily. With an ult having like half the points for a Hydra, yeah, definitely.
Auto should undo the shield from the tower. Hit the tower! It'll take away her shield. What? The tower? Is she out of tower range? What?
I think he's at the very lip of it, where like you can like kinda. I feel like that was a little bit too close, but yeah. I feel like it was like right at the edge. His hitbox was touching the right corner or something. That's probably what it was, to be honest. So.
Another gank mid, another easy ult. One kill, Cat gets the reset, and whoosh! Is she gonna make it out? Just barely. Amumu flash cries at him. Well, Amumu is 4-0-1. Is building AP because he's 4-0-1.
Why not, right?
Oh man, let's say, as a top laner, there is no worse feeling than being 50 CS down at 11 minutes and you don't have teleport.
And you can't do anything either. You can't walk nowhere.
She's literally out of the game.
Yeah, that's the one reason. That's the one thing I hate. Like, if I have to fill top lane and I know I fall behind early, I'm just like, I really don't.
Meanwhile, a skirmish in bot lane. Wow, the burst was enough to surpass the shield from Lulu, and a double kill for Graves, who is now 4-0-0. Renekton is now diving inhib turrets at 12 minutes.
I honestly thought the Lulu Corki might have been able to turn it around, but having a brutalizer and a BF sword and the Graves just was too much. If anything's gonna happen, I feel like this. Oh, benefits.
What?
Wow, and the flash.
That burst, though. If Renekton gets the stun off, she's gone. The Shroud fade.
The sun's gonna fall off.
Oh, he procced it already? What a mistake. Oh, and now he doesn't have ult for the 2v1. He might get punished because he hasn't backed yet. Oh, he flashes the Q, gets ignited, stuns up Akali. He gets the second. What?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
She was just on the edge.
As he was dashing, and it stopped the damage.
Wow. That was just like right on the edge.
Yeah, that was just... Renekton went too ham in a 1v1 without vision, and suddenly it was the 2v1, and he wasn't expecting
I feel like if you're right, if he didn't blue his stun early, he would have been able to gotten at least a kill off of that. But then again, his stun came off cooldown in time to really do it.
Diana and Cat run into each other in the jungle. This is a fight over a blue that is enough. Do they have the timer? Lulu gets caught between everyone and dies again. Lee W's over ward, and they caught Cat, which is now the one out of position.
That was really good for red team. Even though with Akali down, I feel like getting that one kill, getting the dragon. Oh, actually, dragon with the blue team. I thought with the red team, and just overall, this Graves being 4-0 is really benefiting red team. I feel like this is going to turn out to be a really good game. especially since you have two assassins on the red team. If it gets to the mid game where they both start to slowly get some items, it's going to be really beneficial for them. Might be able to actually turn this around, and Akali might be able to come back from being 38 CS to 94.
Yeah.
That's 60 CS below.
If you look at topside, you'll see that that Amumu's figured out the best way to play this lane swap, or not the lane swap, but the best way to play top lane. They have such a degree of pressure, and since Dragon's down, he can just sit top and allow Renekton to shove all the way in and pressure the turret, because there's nothing they can do elsewhere. Like, Katarina's ahead mid, Dragon's down. As long as Lou doesn't get caught out like that, everything should be fine. Renekton goes into a 1v1 with Diana, who isn't expecting the damage of the Tiamat. Lee misses a Q on... Oh my goodness. The camera's switching. Does he have Slice and Dice?
There's so much going on right now, I don't even know what to talk about.
I'm flashing all over the place. That comes in. 1 reset. 2 reset. He gets exhausted, and he's far gone. Also, Renekton died mid.
Yeah, so what happened was Gingerfi just ulted to a minion and then flashed away, and then even with the Ignite on, was still able to get away for Akali to come in and clean up the kill. It kind of like worked out pretty well. It was pretty impressive. I was like, I honestly I didn't know what the Ginger Diana was doing, because she kind of just like walked toward him like it was no big deal, and I was like, why are you walking back towards this Renekton that's just gonna demolish you? But she had a plan. It worked out too.
Alright,
but
another turret picked up for blue team.
The only downside is that bot lane died. I mean, with the Katarina come down.
Ooh. This is
gonna be risky right here.
Jack's coming in for the cleanup. He sends out the collateral damage. Oh man, a stun from Annie makes it an easy kill on the mouth dose.
Katarina comes in, but she doesn't have ult, so she wasn't really able to do anything. And especially with Annie's stun down, if she was able to get her ult off, both of them would have been dead easily.
The 50 CS differential in top lane is held steady. Unfortunately. Cat is so deep. Oh my goodness. Cat has ult. Cat didn't ult. Oh man.
Yeah, she didn't want to use her ult there because of the Annie stun. And honestly, I think if she did, the Annie would have died before she would have been able to throw out a stun. But the safe play was just one, which is what she did.
Oh my gosh. Diana's starting to hurt. She's finished up her Abyssal Scepter to Cat's Eludens, and she's starting to really do some damage with those Qs.
Yeah, and she is out-farming the Katarina. Even though being 1-4, she's up 10, 20 CS, or let's just say 15 break even. But
yeah, 15.
Overall, I feel like Lucian's gonna have to damage here though in the metagame fights. Having a Lulu with a Renekton and a Mumu, and like I said before,
yeah,
just
and a Triforce Corki.
Yeah, I mean, just overall, the only way Red Team's gonna win is picks off in the jungle by the two assassins once they have items, which they kind of have items right now, or at least Diana does. Diana's able to catch someone out, then it'll be fine, but I don't think Akali can really do anything.
She has the potential to make plays, but she has to wait like for the fight to almost be completely over before she can go in.
Yeah, that's probably about the only option she has. If she goes in too early, she's gonna fall over.
Yeah,
I mean, she could be a slight distraction maybe, but that's fine.
By about 3/4 of a second.
Yeah, basically, it's probably the only option she does have. But I mean, at least they got control of their top lane, like not really their top lane, but their top side jungle back. And I feel like I've said this last game. I feel like this is another game that fits it perfectly. But really, the big thing Red Team has to do right here is they just need to take a step back, figure out what the problem is, get the correct vision for it, and fix it. Go back in.
You connect on the Corki,
right here?
He's going in, he tries for the insect, but he can't do it. The insect's mouth does a 3-man Tibbers! An amazing collateral damage moves through the team. No kills yet, there we go. Jack gets mouth dose, and then picks up Corki as well.
The Mumu just soloed Akali.
Yeah, Mumu's huge. He's 6-0. Wow! He flashed tries all over Annie. But, Ari Lucker gets the final kill.
that was an impressive 3-man Tibbers into a collateral damage by the Graves and the Diana cleanup. That was exactly what they needed in a fight. Just the fact that Amimi blew ult to the side on just the Akali. Granted, he killed the Akali, was probably the worst time he could have ulted, because if he was able to save that when the rest of the team was getting caught, that would have been way more beneficial for the blue side team.
And not to mention, Renekton wasn't even there. That was a 4v5.
Oh yeah, that was definitely another thing. Is that they lost at 4v5, and honestly, I feel like Renekton, I probably would have been able to just, like, dive, even though it was under a tower. It would have been pretty hard. But then again, the Renekton's fed, so
yeah.
He has a Spirit Visage of Tiamat, and
I mean,
probably a Hex pretty soon. So
he's not that fed as compared to the rest of the team. He's mostly just fed as compared to Akali. Oh, but he flashes and gets a stun on the Ahri Lover. Slices, dices, gets blown to bits. He does force red team back.
My favorite build on Graves right here. Ghostblade IE. Granted.
Sweet mother of God.
That Graves damage.
Wow, what an amazing world from Google.
Just a movie just cleaned up. I really don't even know what happened there. All I know is I saw the meme go in all, and just people just kind of like fell over.
So Cat went in to try and get a solo onto Gingerfied. Got blown up before he could actually secure the kill. And then Amumu came in, ulted, got 2 free kills, and then they got a 3rd.
That was impressive.
And a dragon. Dragon number 2, which is significantly less important than the dragon preceding dragon number 2 and the dragon following dragon number 2. So, not a huge concession from red team, but those kills were less than ideal.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like red team is catching up in the right way they need to. This Graves, like I said before, this is half of my favorite build. I'm a Ghostblade, Blade of the Ruined King build type of person when it comes to Graves. I have my theory. I believe it works. Everyone tells me I'm wrong, but I'll prove them wrong one day, I swear. But either way, Ghostblade IE is such a good build on Graves, in my opinion. It's such a great snowball build.
I'd like to see a Last Whisper coming in next, since he seems dedicated to go full 10, or a BT.
Yeah, I think a Last Whisper would be good here. I think once he finishes his Berserkers, which I feel like is that longsword is, or he might be going for a blade. I honestly don't know. Probably.
I'm pretty sure it's
I would say 80% Berserkers here, but you never know. People build weird stuff. I mean,
Amumu's waiting to hit that perfect Q. They've got vision. Oh,
insect
wow.
here. Oh man.
Another attempted insect, but he insects Amumu right out of the fight. And he pops Righteous Glory and runs around the wall. Renekton's in the middle of everybody. Shark is just sitting in the team. Amumu ults one person and
Amumu and Lulu ult down. That was I don't think that was the right time for either of those ults. There's still a fight to be had right here. Tibbers is still up. I mean, everything is still up. They blew 2 things on the Akali. That's 2 and 5. I mean, they really
red
need
team
to
definitely needs to be looking for a fight this turret because, like you said, those critical ults are down, but they're down a man and they're not feeling confident. They just lost a few fights and they don't think they can take it.
Yeah, that was the perfect time to re-engage with the Mumu ult and Mumu and Lulu ult down. Granted, Katarina ult was up, but I mean that's more of a cleanup type of thing where everything but except for Katarina ult was down. So I really don't think that was correct. Like I feel like they went back in with it fine.
Yeah, it was pretty contingent on Helvizzle getting a good like flash Tibbers though.
Yeah, I don't even think he had a stun for a whole like another minute after the fight happened, which kind of ruined it. But he like threw a stun on the Renekton, which kind of worked out slightly. But either way, yeah, because it's up like all timer, which is good.
Oh man, Renekton's going in. He slices, he dices, he stuns up Gingerfied, but a Moonfall forces him to back away. Jeez, this Google has now picked up a death cap. Amumu is sitting on a pretty 451 AP. That's like 150 above Cat.
Yeah, that's a lot. Death Cap, Athenes, Magnus Enchant, Sork Boots.
Jeez. Are they trying for a
an
sneaky
AZE build. That's an AZE build if I've seen one.
Oh yeah. 27 AP buy. Oh, they're trying for a sneaky Baron.
I honestly think Red Team needs to go here. They know
they're testing it out. Baron's going down slowly. He's only about 40% down left. And this could be exactly what a team of assassins needs. Going on to Cat. Has to flash the wall, but just followed up by a Kama Flare. And blue team's in full retreat. Renekton is forced to go in, and he gets blown up. Amumu goes in. Oh my god. Graves' health just vanished. He's still standing, which is more than going to be said about Amumu, though.
Don't want to lie this Corky.
I can't see John getting out of this one.
He's dead here, I think. Oh, he flashed.
He had flash. Never mind, he had flash.
That was perfect. Wow.
That was,
that was impressive. They caught the Katarina. The Katarina was on the wrong side of the wall. The Kali was able to clean that up, which is exactly what she needed to do.
Wow!
Corky.
Sheen proc, please!
Yeah, don't mess with the Corky with the Triforce.
Oh my gosh. That was a valiant attempt from blue team. But I'm pretty sure they saw red team coming in and they needed to peel off. Because against a team of double assassins and a team with that much burst, you can't expect to walk into a team fight at like 70% health and come out smiling. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know what their plan was. I feel like they should have just backed off. I really don't even think they were going to be able to get the tower. They could have, rotated together, get as many wards out as they can. Maybe go back to the Baron. That would have been really risky, but I mean, that would have been one of their options.
Oh, we finally see the insect onto Renekton. A nice flash over the wall, but the other key connects. He's got dashes. Amumu goes in. It's an amazing ult. Oh my god.
I think this is over.
Can we call that a team fight? That wasn't a fight.
I mean, Amumu is dead. Like, I don't know what you stop against, like, a fed Amumu. I feel like it's going to rely on getting, like, to, like, a 15-minute game. Maybe 60 minutes, everyone 6 items, so you don't have to, but I don't know if he could deal with that, really. Unless he blows ult in the wrong spot, which he's done multiple times, so we really can't, like,
say no. The stun happens on Diana. She baits the all-in, gets the ignite out. Oh.
The Lee Sin shield. He would have been fine either way, but still.
You gotta look out for your teammate, man. That's family. And worth noting as far as gold goes, blue team is up a cool 9k. Most of which is on the Amumu, who has more CS than the enemy top laner.
Yeah,
and as much as his own mid laner.
That's just not fun.
Oh, I was wondering what he was going for with the double amp tomes. I guess he wants some spells, man.
Jeez. I figured you'd start going tanky right now, but he's like, nope. He's committed. He's committed to this full AP build. There's no stopping him now.
Oh wow. He's trying to hold the ult. Yeah, he didn't want to ult one target, but wow, look at that. Look at that.
For a second, when I saw the Annie turn around the corner, I thought that was the enemy Annie. I was like, well, he's dead. I just realized, never mind. Oh man, this Mew is a force to be reckoned with. I don't know what you can do against it. I really don't.
I don't. I honestly think at this point, the only way you could try and like not get murdered by this Amumu is if you just beg him to be your friend or something. Like you gotta play to his base instincts.
He might be your friend. You never know.
Diana's putting a BM in.
I think he's more friends with Corky right now.
Yeah.
But
Oof.
I feel like I said before, if Red Team just takes a step back.
We're going for another insect on Renekton. He gets an ult you off, but oh wow, the damage is too great. He's dropped. Amumu's over the wall. Four-man ultimate. Oh my word. Lee Sin gets dropped immediately. Jack is the next focus, but the damage is there. Diana goes off, and Gingerfied tears through a fight that was a 3v5.
This is what I was talking about. How like Amumu, yeah, he's strong, but
they're right there. Come on. Fat. Oh, Fat's going in. He's looking for it. Oh wow, Gingerfied might make it out of this. Nope, he's gone.
He went back in. What was your plan?
What do you think he is? Some kind of pansy? Nah, you gotta go in. Always go in.
Wow. So that was great insight. They like even though he's catching off this Renekton is like honestly, he hit his point, and I feel like he's starting to fall off. Same with the Amumu. Amumu got like that was amazing damage he got off, but the Katarina wasn't really there to be able to follow up, and that was probably.
Oh, if Cat was there, instant penta.
Yeah. The Cat was there, it would have been done. But like the Cat not being there, it's just it just didn't work out for him, and it ended up like him dying. He like you saw him, he fell over. I feel like he does if he misses his bandage toss and gets caught off at the start of the fight, he's dead. There's no stop. He can't do anything. Unless he like flash E ults or something. Like, and then honestly, I realized on the flash, it's just too much risk. This is your problem with your 4AP build. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's strong. You can evaporate ADC or basically all 5 members of the enemy team, but at the same time, you gotta think of it like this. Like, you have to hit that bandage toss. You have to hit that flash into 5 people, or at least like 3 of the 5. So. It's
Dark
really
and Ari lovers
like
walk past each other and decide to just carry on their merry ways.
They're like,
Baron is up. Still, and is now a point of contention. They started the Baron. They see them coming in. They need to peel off. Can't. Oh, this is so risky. You're not doing any damage here. You need to peel off. Yeah. They're playing it safe. They're getting the Scuttle Crab first.
Important Scuttle. Mr. Spooksters. As I like to call him.
Mr. Spooksters?
Yeah. He was very spooky when he first came out. Like,
Renekton flashes into a stun on Ari Lover. He's ulting, he's just chasing down the support and the jungler, but they're going to be able to make it to
This is exactly what Red Team needs to do. Like, they just disengage, they walk away. They don't want to fight this. They wasted the Renekton's ult. I mean, that's perfect. They just need to, let these fights fall into their hands and not the enemy, and they'll be able to win them.
You have to choose the fights you're going to take.
Yeah,
because if you let the enemy choose one with an Amumu Cat, you're gone.
You can't just like fight. You have to like choose the correct ones. That's probably the only way to win this. And honestly, this Baron call off the Baron
Back
call.
on Baron. They might be able to get it this time. Diana Q's gets Moonlight Vision, but Amumu smites it and takes it. There's no way Diana's making it out of this one. Yep. Oh, wow. Fatsuroji flashes over the wall for the Shunpo double.
Yeah, that was what Blue Team needed. I felt like if the Annie flashed over the wall and ulted too, that would have been helpful, but the Annie doesn't have flash, so I wasn't gonna. Or at least like try to like clip the ult correctly, but no, that didn't work out.
It's worth noting that it's even harder for the Annie to do her job because Lulu's had a Mikhail for quite a while now. So like.
Oh yeah, the Mikhail is just basically just a Corki alive.
Okay,
basically,
that was a BM zone, yes. I was wondering if that was a. Oh wow, Hellbizzle pops the Righteous Glory. They're chasing. The coin isn't up, so I think Blue Team's gonna be able to make it out.
Righteous Glory and Talisman are my 2 favorite items in the game when you put them together. Especially on champions like Bard or like Janna, where they already have this...
Polymorph on the Hellbizzle, exhausted and blown up.
Yeah, it was just a bad spot to be right there.
Kama's looking for it.
They
win the 3v3.
Away. They can't.
Now it's 3v4.
Maybe.
Cat goes in. Oh my gosh,
maybe
amazing blue ultimate. Knocks up 3 people, but it's not enough. The 4 is in fact greater than the 3.
Yeah, I was honestly expecting them to lose that fight, but they were able to come back around, which is I mean, they picked off what they needed. They needed to get the Katarina dead. The Lulu dead is just a consolation prize there. So, hopefully.
Kat never got her ult off.
Yeah.
So the AoE damage wasn't sufficient.
I also think her ult came off cooldown after she was dead, or because she just used it. Yeah, she just used it. Yeah, not even
to kill Graves after ban. Yeah.
So, but then again, that cooldown. So, no.
Oh, come on. You will take this. Oh, he whiffs the Q. Bolts just barely gets Hellbizzle, but that's enough to pop.
I saw the ult go out, and I'm like, why did the ult there? And he clipped the Annie, just like straight clipped her. And I was like, oh, well, I guess that's a good ult. I honestly thought that was a bad ult, but you know, proves me wrong.
It looks like Gromp is tankier than Annie, because that ult did like 80% of her health, and Gromp just shrugged it off.
Gromp doesn't care. George the Frog, you know, whatever his name is.
A very zen soul, Gromp.
Always watch. I always love when the whole like fan theory of like George falling off the side of the map, and then it's Gromp.
Oh, hang on here. Looks like we might have an engage. The Q connects on the Corki, but he's out of range. Oh, he W'd over the wall.
He tried to war jump to be able to get closer. I don't know what that would have done, but you know.
Blue team's got to be careful though, because this is a 4v5. Renekton's splitting top and doesn't have the teleport. He took Ignite, remember? So they're splitting, but they need to be careful because the other team has a ton of burst and assassins. Oh my gosh, he takes the Q. He doesn't get the insect off. He just knocks people up and then gets dropped immediately by John. Now himself and Katarina goes in, gets exhausted immediately. Conflict's on 2 HP. Helen's on 2 HP. The auto gets it. John gets a triple kill, a quadra kill for John. Oh man, and Google steals the Penta. Better surrender.
Oh, John just leaves. He's like, I'm done. I don't like this game anymore.
The game's over. That's super minions on the Nexus turrets. 4 members there.
That was pretty poor John AFK. Wow. So that was a very intense game. There were so many like times where I thought the red team would have been able to come back, but they just weren't able to grasp at the idea of working together in the right way to be able to catch back. Granted, it was definitely something hard to come back from when you have a Mumu with a Death Cap Void Staff. A Void Staff, I don't know, just too much. That's too many items for me. So, all right, well, that's third game for tonight of House Party 5v5. We're gonna probably pick up another one. So if you guys are interested in